welcome back to another Sims 4 building video. Today I'm gonna do something totally random. I'm gonna be businessing. Woo! I'm gonna be building a business as well as a little apartment slash house. I haven't actually picked where I'm going. I haven't picked what I'm building because I am going to let a spin the wheel decide that for me today. As you can see here, I have prepared for us a beautiful spin the wheel with, I want to say, like 90% of all of the things that your sim can do and run a business with. This is obviously going to include the businesses and hobbies pack because that pack is just the best thing that has ever happened. No, okay, that's very dramatic. I like that pack. So I'm going to spin this wheel and it's going to determine what business I'm going to have to build. I kind of want the business to lead the style for me today. I'll try my best not to build a contemporary home, but you know the way. I'm also going to randomize how many Sims are going to live in that house. So I don't want to just do like a studio apartment. I kind of want to do maybe like, you know, a family home or something, you know? I want a challenge today, as if I didn't have enough challenges recently. Okay, well, without further ado, let's spin that wheel and let it decide what kind of business we're gonna build today. Please give me something good. Don't give me something I've done before either. I want something different. Recording studio. Oh, I actually did have a different idea to build a recording studio, so I think I might leave that one for a different video. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna remove that one and we're gonna spin one more time. I know that's cheating because I did get recording studio, but I do actually have an idea to build one, so I don't want to just build it today because I don't want to build two of the same things in two different videos. I'm gonna spin again. We'll pretend that never happened. Give me something good. Give me something different. Come on. Give me something nice. Skating. Roller skating? Oh my god, what is happening? Why? Okay, maybe third time's the charm. I know, I'm very sorry. This is the worst video you've probably ever seen. Third time's the charm. This is gonna be the one. What are we gonna get? Don't tell me a sweet shop. I recently just built that. Oh my god. This is not working that great for me. Okay, what about now? Come on, don't give me something I've done already. Give me something realistic. Oh, a cinema! Okay. I can do a cinema. I do apologize. That was probably the worst thing you've ever watched. It's like, spin the wheel once. She spins it like 14 bloody times and then she's still upset. Okay, I'm actually gonna build in Nordhaven, is that what it's called? Or Iverstad? Yes, in this world. And I'm actually gonna demolish this house, which I do really love this house, but let's bulldoze it. Bulldozed everything. So I don't really know how I want to take this to build a cinema because it's not really like a home business to own a cinema, but I guess it could make sense if we do a cinema on one side and then like a small home on the other side. She says small home as she's realizing she actually has to spin for the amount of Sims. Okay, so I'm going to change this to obviously 8 Sims being the max amount of Sims you can have. I'm going to do it 3 times. Okay, I'm going to click 3 times and the third one, I promise you, will be the right one. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. 1! Oh my god. I'm actually just, do you know what? I think I'm actually just gonna close down the computer. I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna pretend this never bloody happened. Okay, so 1 sim. That's fantastic. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. I don't know. Do you know what? This is just not working out for me today. Anyways, we're building a cinema and a single house. That's what we're doing. Brilliant. Right, so when I think of cinema, obviously I think of like where we have cinemas in Ireland, they're like big modern buildings, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm kind of thinking, what if we do like a little bit of like an American style cinema? What happens when I type in American cinema into Google? I guess like a big old building, maybe like, wait, now I'm gonna save a couple of pictures so I can show them to you on the screen. Just maybe like an old brick building with like a big sign on the top of it, you know, that kind of way. And then next to it, we could have a little house attached to it. I guess something like that would work. I think that would be pretty cute. We also need it to be quite big because like we'll need to fit a lot of seats, you know? So I don't know how this is going to work. So maybe we could do something like that. And then we could do a bit of an upstairs, but maybe the house will also have a little bit of like a garden space at the top because, you know, it'll be kind of hard to have your own garden. So I'm almost thinking like we could do a little bit of like a nice funky garden at the top, like as a rooftop balcony thing. Is that cute? Kind of. You know, I could do something like that, just say. Whoopsie. So this side will be the apartment. Okay, it's quite a big apartment to be fair. And then this side will be the cinema, I guess. I think I'm gonna start decorating the cinema so that we actually get an understanding of what this should feel like. So I'd like to think that there is kind of no, okay, it's kind of annoying building here. I feel like my camera keeps like glitching out with this lamppost or something behind me. But I feel like there would be no sort of like foundation or anything, but we would have like this piece that, okay, that's literally the wrong size, Sandra, but we would have a piece that kind of goes like like this, maybe. And then we also would have an even bigger one above it, kind of like that. So that looks like a cool little cinema for me, I think. And then we would have, I'm trying to like visualize, I'm looking at a picture at the moment, but I don't really know whether the picture even makes any sense. Maybe I don't want this. Maybe I want this to be opened. Wait a second. We could still, I mean, use a couple of the new items. You know, we could still make it kind of like quirky looking, but I think, oh God, that looks a bit weird actually. Maybe we could go for like a red color. I think a red, maybe top of that would be really cool. And then we could use, I think the new bricks would probably work quite nicely with this. Maybe just like slightly more brown ones. And we can kind of do that. That's an interesting take on a cinema, isn't it? So I think the rest of this would also be wooden. This is not wooden. I think the rest of this also would be this color, but I almost feel like we should have actually wooden. I'm not too far off with the idea of wooden. Is there like a red version of this? Kind of like this. We could make something like that work, and we could get another column like that. And now I feel like this thing is just not working for me. I want like a fancy scoundrel, but like not that fancy, not that big. You'd hit your head. Maybe it does have to be white to match everything else, but just not that dramatic, you know? Oh, maybe this one. Maybe something like that. I don't know. It just doesn't work for some reason. Oh, wait. Maybe we need to make it darker. I think the darker suits it a lot more. Yes. Okay. Something like that. Right. Why can I put both of these on this? That makes no sense. Wait a second. What? Oh, I can double these up. Okay, no, maybe we'll use this one for like the house or something. I don't know. I guess something like that, I guess. We could actually almost have like things like this already here on display. I think something like that would be pretty cool. I guess we could have like something that would have like posters, or maybe this thing would like show what films are on. If I like have two of them, it would be like, what's on today? You know, that kind of way. That's cool. I think there's a way of making this look cool. I just haven't figured it out yet. And I didn't think that this would be this much of a difficult video today. I was like, I'm just gonna build a cool little cutesy, small, tiny business. And here I am building like a massive cinema that I just did not expect to be doing today, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, maybe I need to figure out a little bit of the layout, because I'm starting to think of like the windows and things, and I'm not sure how to really make this work. So I guess what you would need as you come in is somewhere to buy your cinema tickets, which in Ireland, we just have like a ticket machine. We don't actually go to a person. Well, we actually buy them online, but I guess that just defeats the purpose. So maybe what I could do is, as you come in, maybe we could have, like, we'll have to go upstairs. So I do want nice kind of fancy stairs to bring us up to the other section. I almost feel like just ones like that. Although, is that a bit weird? Maybe we want like stone stairs. Maybe this is like a very fancy cinema. So we have like stone stairs as you come in, double ones, of course. But behind there, right, that's going to be one cinema screen. That's very, very small. Wait a second. What if I go like this? I copy this over, and then that just gives us another extra tile. Yeah. Unless I go like all the way here, we just have some bathrooms on this side. That could be an option. We could just have some toilets. I mean, we could have some cubicles there. So we could have like 3 cubicles and then like the washing section. That could be an idea. So as you come in, you are greeted with the stairs. Then you'll have a toilet. Brilliant. That's fantastic. And then you've got like some little cubicles there too. Ah, that's fantastic. That's brilliant. So then anyways, you kind of would like to have a little bit of a divide, I guess, as you're going to the screen. So like you wouldn't just go to the screens. You'd almost have like a separate room dividing you, but you also need to buy your snacks. Where the heck do you buy your snacks? That's a problem. Also, how am I going to make a cinema work? I don't know. Oh my God, I'm panicking. Okay, so I've created something like that with the platforms. So that would make sense. And we do need like a fire exit is what I was about to say. Some sort of an exit to the back. So I'm kind of thinking this new door would be probably perfect for the fire exit. And then we do have a fire exit sign as far as I'm aware. Well, actually, I could almost like put this up here as well. Like, this is where you run for the fire. And you also need a fire prevention system over here. But we do have a fire sign. Or maybe it's called escape. What's it called? Okay, no. Toilet comes up when you type in escape, but not the fire escape sign. Here we go. I found it. It's called exit sign. Oh, yes, exit. How did I not know it's called the exit sign? Then I guess we'd have an exit sign up here as well. I'm just adding a couple of things that I'm finding. along the way. So, oh, wait, now we've got some signs actually. This is what I need. I need some like cinema. This says cinema sign. So we've got cinema. We've got, what are the signs we got? Oh, this one's pretty cool as well, actually. This could be a cool cinema sign. It's like cinema. Sandra's Cinema. Actually, that looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. I wish that maybe I could make it look a little nicer, but that's pretty cool. And we can use some of these signs down here because this is obviously where you like buy your popcorn and stuff. So we'll have like spicy flaming popcorn and regular popcorn. So we'll need that. Oh, wait now though, but this is kind of cool. Oh, this is cool cinema vibe. Although we could put that at the side of the building. That's pretty cool as well. Or we've got this one. We've got this monstrosity. I feel like that should be here somewhere in the cinema. Don't know why, but I just feel like that needs to be here somewhere. Never used that object before, and today is the day. I'm absolutely obsessed with the fact that this bloody thing is clipping through my wall here. Like, what's up with that? That's hideous. Why would you do that? Why is it doing that? I have so many questions. Okay, I'm after doing something stupid, right? Because when you look downstairs, you've got like this arch thing going on. Grand. Perfect. But then you go upstairs and you've got this thing. And I think I've measured it out wrong or something because it's like lopsided. And now I don't know what to do because if I add another one and if I move this over and these scoundrels are still wrong, I don't understand what I'm doing. I've done something wrong and I cannot for the life of me figure it out. So I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is because I'm losing my mind. But there's something wrong and I can't figure it out. Like it's two tiles on this. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I'm just losing my mind. I just begun and I'm already like, oh my God, screw the cinema. Get me out of here. I cannot build this any longer. No, I like the idea. I'm enjoying myself so far, I'd like to think. But yeah, I'm just like really walking on thin air with this building. It's like a little scary to be building this for some reason. I never build, I suppose, places like that. So this is pretty interesting. Maybe we should have like one of you up here. Maybe I'll make it a little smaller. That's cool. I mean, yeah, as I said, this is definitely not like a small business by no means, but it's a business. And this, we can pretend that this business has been ran for like a very long time. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how or why people would have a cinema like this, but they do. And that's all that matters. I guess no, that's not true because the people next door don't have to own the cinema. I keep thinking that like, oh, they own the cinema. Obviously, like anyone can live next door. That's the beauty of this pack, that you can have a business, but it doesn't have to be your own business. Like it can be, but it doesn't have to be. You get it? You get it. I'm the only one that doesn't get it actually. Oh, these lights. I feel like these lights would be perfect for the cinema. Like you'd have like a couple of them down here. Oh my God, why are they all different heights? Oh, it's because of the platforms. But they'd all be kind of like at the side. And they would obviously like turn off or dim as the film is starting. So that's fantastic. Make sure that they are, oh my God, centered with what's going on. Wait, why can I not focus today? There's something wrong with me today. And I just cannot focus. Like for the life of me, there's something going on. That's not right. That's not right. Jesus Christ, that's so not right. Why can I not like just build a building today? Like I know I've asked for a lot with like a massive cinema, but look, why don't we put a TV in? Because that is what we need. Let's pick out the big TV. This one's locked. Not on my watch. A career objects unlock, please. Thank you very much. Gonna have it back. Thank you very much. Wait, why did I want this one actually? I actually really want this one. Should I make it bigger? It's a bit too big, I guess. So maybe we'll just have a regular one, but that just looks boring now. I guess we could use this. Why did I want this one? Why was I so like stubborn? I want this one. Unlock it. And then I don't end up using it. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? That's your cinema. I guess I don't know how I'm going to do that upstairs. Another thing with platforms. Oh God, how do we do that? Also, I don't know what doors to use. Like to enter the cinema, like to enter the screen. Do we do like these huge ones or is that just a bit dramatic? Do we just do like a regular? We could do actually like regular like this. That probably makes sense. Is there like a, yeah, there's like a white one. Could we do like fully black maybe? Yeah, maybe something like this actually makes a lot of sense. So this would be screen number 1, right? So then if I do, wait a second. I don't think this is going to work because I was like, what if I do up with the platforms? Wait, no. So this would have to be up, but then how do you get up? Maybe if you do this, you make this go up. So then you kind of have to like step up to the platform. So then you go down the platform? No, then, Jesus Christ, Sandra. Okay, then you go up with this platform, and then here you start going down. You can go down once. Guess this could still kind of work. We could just have like a little bit of a different take on the upstairs screen. I think that's still gonna work, guys. I think it'll just be a different type of experience. This could be the one with the cool couches. We could have like a cool couch scenario here. That could be an idea. Or else we could just do like regular seats. Wait, this could maybe have like a stage of some sort. So maybe this is actually where we also greet like guests and stuff. So like you can rent this out if you want to do like a presentation or something. Maybe something like that will actually work, and we all just sit down here. Or wait, now this could be like one of those eating cinemas, oh my god, like a restaurant cinema where you just get like tables and we all just sit down while we're eating and we watch. I think that's pretty cool. You get the idea? Yeah, I think we'll do that. That's pretty cool. I wish like you would type in band or like music. But I guess if you type in music, something will come up. But if you type in band, then like all of the band instruments will come up. I wish we could do such a thing. Maybe I'll have like a guitar. Maybe we could also have a piano here as well. Okay, the piano is a bit dramatic. Maybe not the piano. Maybe just a little like keyboard. The keyboard is freaking out desperately with the platform, so that's fantastic. Maybe, can't I put the keyboard in there, please? It's just not working for me. Maybe we could have like a keyboard, a singer, you know, and like an acoustic guitar player as well. So like we can also have some shows, like music shows here as well, you know? So it's just a bit of a different take on a cinema, guys. It's not a regular cinema. Not every cinema has to be the same. This maybe should be where we, although wait, now should this just be like opened? What if I do something like this where we actually divide this and we remove the floor of that? Oh no, that's not what I meant. Wait a second. What I meant was that we actually have this area. Oh my god, what am I doing? If I remove all of the, okay, Sandra knows how to play The Sims. She does. Please trust her. She does. Okay, so I've done something like this. I think that looks really cool now. We've got some fire safety exits everywhere, and that's cool. So yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Doesn't it? Kind of. I mean, I'd like to think that this is working out nice, but also a part of me is like, why did you do this? Like, why did you bother doing something like this today? And I always ask myself this question because I always think, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be such a cool idea. And then when I end up doing it, I'm like, oh, why did I do that? Like, why did I think that was a good idea? Also, I really want like a chimney for some reason. I guess this one could work. Could have a little chimney, a little red chimney. Oh, using one of them would have been cool. Wait a second. I still probably could. What if I make it smaller? If I just put it like that? I'm sure there is a red. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. With the white trim, guys, that's so cool, but it's not centered. Nothing is actually centered. It's the door downstairs that's not centered. But we don't care. At this point, we do not care. We just learn to move on. We learn to live, you know? We learn to just move right along. What's happening back there? It's like I look away for 2 minutes and then this happens. Hello? Put that there, and put that there. There we go. Oh my god. Oh Lord above. Oh Lord heavens, help me. Why do I feel like we need to have like an American flag up here? I know it's not American, but just pretend like this is an American little cinema and we just need flags because we're patriotic. I don't know. It's kind of cool though, isn't it? Do you like this? I really hope you do because I actually kind of think it's cool. What if I painted red behind that at least? Or maybe actually this probably should be red as well. Does that look cool? Can I extend the pole? I can. Oh yes. Okay, I've got this. I've got this under control, guys. Don't worry about it now. I was worried about it a while ago and now I don't actually think I am worried about it anymore. So that's pretty good for me. Hope you guys aren't worried though, because that's quite important too actually. So obviously there can be no windows back there. There's actually like rarely any windows besides at the front. So that's a bit of a struggle to get this working, but I actually don't even know what's supposed to be up here. So what if I make like a bathroom of some sort here? Wouldn't that probably make more sense? Wait a second. Okay, you see we've got like a bathroom upstairs now at least for some, you know, bathroom support. So we've got something like that. So that's interesting. So I guess, wait, now I actually weirdly enough could put a window here. Whoa, we've got a window. Oh my god, we're so lucky to have a window. Maybe let's like merge it in to line it up like that. So we've got a singular window, guys. That's 3 full windows for this entire establishment. That's insane. I'm so proud of us. I think I actually like the way this is turning out though. I'm not gonna lie. I guess, wait now, we could probably have a little shabby window. Wait now, what about like a really, although that's pretty cute. Let's just do that one. Nah, screw it. That one's cute. Okay, I like it. So when I think of cinema, I automatically think of like carpet, like sticky carpet. But like, I don't really want to use something like this. But literally something like that is what I think of when I think of a cinema. So maybe this is the type of cinema, like maybe this is the type of cinema that we make, you know, that kind of like nasty kind of cinema. Also, I kind of like the idea of these walls. These are kind of cool. Hey now, I don't think I've used this yet, have I? Oh, that's a cool paneled wall. Wait a second, that actually looks pretty cool. I don't remember what walls cinemas have, but I actually really like this. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, I guess for the actual room of the cinema, I guess I would go for like a dark kind of gray, just because like it is a cinema, you don't want to, you know, be obstructed by the color. So you want to make sure that things look normal. But wait now, I need to go for a darker bottom trim. Can I go for dark? Oh, I can. Okay, that kind of matches. That's pretty cute. I do want a little bit of wooden vibes though, so maybe I'll go for like quite like old well, not dirty, I was gonna say dirty wood, but no, I just want like old weathered wood. I actually kind of like the idea of this one from the cottage living pack, so maybe we could have a little bit of wood, but the rest would just be like regular carpet. And I guess red would probably be the call. I think that looks pretty interesting. Am I okay with those steps being that color? I guess I am. Okay, I fully understand that these chairs are practically not functional like that. And I'm now figuring out that this is literally impossible to make this work because like your Sims can go in there, but it's realistic because, you know, when you're in the cinema and you're like stepping on people's toes, you're like, sorry, let me just squeeze past you. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from here. But in the Sims world, that is not going to work unless I kind of extend the last step and at least 4 people could sit here and watch TV. And logically, when you're running a business, we now know that not that many people come to your business anyways. They all won't sit down all at once. So maybe that does make sense if we do something like this. Yes. I also feel like these should be like descending down. Isn't that what happens at a cinema? I feel like they kind of descend down a tiny bit because we're like going down low with the vibes. That makes sense, doesn't it? Are the lights kind of okay? They're kind of okay. I don't know. I don't really like how this vent is so white. Yes, that's just the way it is. It's a dirty vent. We need ventilation. Okay, there we go. Normally there would be like another fire exit, but I can't really do anything. So we've got some fire extinguishers here to make sure that we know how to extinguish a fire. And I guess we will have like a bin of some sort here as well, just to make sure you just pick up your popcorn when you're leaving, because just be nice. Just do it. I don't care. Let's just do it. We obviously, since it's a cinema, like if it's going to be real cinema, we'd have to have like a thing that projects the film. How do I do that? What if you pretend like that's the projector? That is actually like the little projector screen that projects. Or what if I just take like a small screen and put it up there? Like a small little TV. Like I know it makes no sense, but maybe that's the projector. Maybe that's what projects the film. I don't know. You get the idea. It has to be a little realistic. I also really want that cog here somewhere as well, so I'll put that over there. Perfect. That is nice. That is pretty cute. I like it. I might put like this weird like grate here as well, just to wipe your feet as you're leaving. I think that makes sense. And that's your little popcorn thing. Do we want like a fake plant of some sort? Because I know that real plant obviously doesn't make sense in such a dark room, but maybe we want like a little fake shrub, like a little thing to make it look pretty. Wow, this is stunning. It's just stunning. And I guess spotlights do actually make sense for this, because the spotlights will be turned off. So that does make sense. And of course, the ceiling has to be painted black as night. So of course, for some reason, I cannot paint the ceiling. Like I can paint everything except for that part. Like, are you kidding me? Why? Why can I not paint the ceiling? This always happens. Yeah, so we're not painting the ceiling apparently. That's fantastic. Oh, okay. So I finished up, I think, the little portion of the cinema, and I actually love the way this is turning out. Like, it turned out so cute. A lot cuter than I expected, and I actually now really want to play with the slot, like owning a cinema. So maybe that is something our sim could probably do. I'm not sure. I think it would be a cool idea. So I guess what I'm going to do now is move on to the house, and considering I've been at this for like so long already, I am going to make it a little smaller, and considering I also Wait, why is there a pillar there? I'm going to remove that, please. Also, considering I did roll for one singular sim to be living here, I guess it probably makes sense that we just make this house a little smaller. And for some reason, just for a little balance, I kind of wish we had a little balcony of some sort. So maybe like a cute little balcony. We could have something like this. Oh, that actually looks kind of cool the way it's poking out, but no, I'll make it smaller. Have a balcony at the back as well. Maybe I could make this shorter as well. Oh, maybe actually this could be elongated like that, and we could have some like pillars out the back of the house. I think that would be pretty cool to do something like this. I don't want to use like older pillows. Yes, pillows is exactly what we're doing here. No, pillars. Why do I kind of want to just grid this whole area off now? If I just do like, would that be kind of weird if I do something like this? And all of this will be like the house, maybe something like that. So we almost like grid this space off. I mean, we don't need the floor like that, so that you're not like coming in to the house. Did you get me? Like this is the house, and you can't just enter the house if you want to. Like this is somebody's house, that kind of way. I think that makes sense. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, wait a second. What if we do this kind of style? But that doesn't seem to be working. Wait, now, does that work? Oh, guys, I kind of want to do something like this now. But that's like the two styles of the buildings next to each other are so not going to work. But like, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? Okay, let me see whether I can make this work. If not, then that's totally fine too. I don't really know what style I'm going for, but it makes no sense because I'm kind of inspired by this gate and this whole idea of the black and white. But like, how am I going to make this work with like an American kind of style-ish cinema next to it? I really don't know. But this is like what Tamarang is based on, which is Southeast Asian countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. But like, how is this gonna work right next to America? I really don't know, but we're doing it apparently. So maybe if I use some of like this cool green that came with the new pack, that could be an idea to maybe, you know, add a little pop of color, something like that. Let's actually pull up that pack, the for rent pack. That's what it is. Maybe we could use some of these as well. That would be interesting. I mean, again, I never really use these, so the fact that I'm using them now, this could be a fun idea for us to do. Yeah, maybe I could do something like this at the bottom, kind of like this. And then the top, actually, we could almost just make this like white. I'd kind of be happy with white. Actually, no, wait, now that's too white. I feel like a house like that would definitely have like a little bit of like an old feel to it. So I definitely go for like something like this rather than just clear white. Yeah, even that is just a little better. No, it's just like not freshly painted, because that just makes no sense, it being freshly painted. And I kind of like it with the black, like the black accents look really cool on this. So I don't know what I'm doing at this point, guys. I really have no clue what's going on in this house. So supposedly this would be the front door. Do we have any front doors that came with for rent? Oh yes, I guess like these ones. Okay, there's no big ones, there's only small ones, but I could use something like that for the door. That's pretty cute. We could almost make it like green. No, we'd have to make it like white, I think, or I guess fully black and gold. Black and gold, fantastic. We also have this cool door. I feel like that could have worked for the back of the cinema, but that's okay. I guess I'll make this work with other packs as well, because I don't really want to just do this pack. Is that even black or is that brown? I actually feel like that's brown. That's black. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, maybe I should actually figure out the floor plan before I go any further, because I'm just creating this house that I don't even understand how it's supposed to look. I guess I'm just playing around, you could say, which is honestly, sometimes it's really fun just to play around and not have like a specific thing going on, you know, because I always build, like, you know yourself, I always build modern contemporary homes, whereas today, no, we're far from that. So that's quite fun. Okay, anyways, let's figure out a floor plan. Okay, floor plan. Okay, so as you come in, it would be nice to have a little bit of maybe like a hallway. And I'm also thinking that maybe this could almost be a bathroom straight as you come in. That could be an idea. And then we could almost have like obviously the stairs up here somewhere. Let's use the for rent stairs. I guess that like regular wooden tone. Excuse me, why can't you go upstairs? Why? Just tell me why, and then I'll understand, because at the moment I don't understand. We can put the stairs here. No, we're not doing that anyway. The walls are really tall, and I'm not sure how to feel about it, but I wanted them tall for the cinema. And now I don't really know how to feel about it, so I guess we could do something like that. Put a little pillar here. Maybe change the trim to black. That's an idea. I could put the oven there, I could put a fridge there. That could work. Okay, so that's a cute little kitchen. So I guess we could even put like a small window next to this. I guess maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave it like this, and I can actually put the bin in this little nook. That's a good idea. We'll shove that bin in there. Perfect. Okay, grand. So then we could do like a living space here, and then we could do like a nice little office and bedroom upstairs. So it would be nice if we almost had a way to enter our bedroom. Wait, could a bed even fit in here, like a double bed? That's not that great. I don't really like this. Okay, how do I make this layout work? I thought the stairs were like in the most perfect spot, but now that I think about it, I don't think they are. Unless I just do... Wait, now. Like, what is even this room? I guess it's just like a chilling nook. Unless we do small office and then bedroom, and then we just have access like that to the outdoors through just like, you know, the regular doors. I think that does make sense through the regular space. So maybe we'll just do door, and then we'll do maybe just regular black door up here. What do we think? Is that too modern? Maybe. I just need more like, oh, we could try this door actually. Is there a black one? Yeah, this one kind of could fit. It's very tall though. I'm not sure how to feel about that door actually. No, maybe actually if I go for something like this, I think that probably works a bit better. It's just normal, it's just regular, it's not like too weird. Okay, so I've made this house look like that. I mean, I don't know, there's something cool about it. There's something drawing me into this house for some reason. I could not tell you what it is. I could not tell you if it's something in particular, like at all, but I just keep wanting to build and build this house, even though I have no idea what the style of this house is. Like, it's just so lost. I don't usually build in a style like this, so I'd be interested to see what you guys make of this. I mean, it's an interesting shape house, but also I just like the black features of it. And right next to the cinema, it just looks so funny. It just looks so different and just actually kind of bizarre to me. Like, what country are we in? Where are we? What's going on? But I do really, really like it. I haven't done anything to the inside yet, so that's probably what I should do next. But I was just kind of figuring out, is there a chimney that could probably work here? Is there a Tomarang chimney? I don't know. Do we need a chimney? Probably not. But for some reason, I'm just like desperately trying to find a chimney. Maybe we don't need a chimney. Maybe I need to stop. But maybe I need to find one. What's this? Oh, it's a little fish. It's a little fish. Okay, thank you. That's perfect. Anyways, let's move into the inside of the house a little bit and let's furnish a little bit together. I bloody hate when this happens. Like, why? Like, can I just press shift and then remove just one side? I think maybe that's why I don't ever do banisters, because they really piss me off. So maybe, do you know what? Maybe I'm going to contradict everything I said. I'm not going to put a banister in there today because I don't like the way banisters look through the walls. So anyways, so this is our house. I guess this is going to be where the toilet is. So I might put the door to the toilet like here, and then we'll have like a nice open plan sitting room, which I'm very excited to do. Should we use some of the Tomarang floor? Actually, that's really pretty. That's a really nice floor. I always forget about these. Oh my god, that's a bit dramatic. I always forget about these floors, but I think these are pretty cool. Also, I've recently found these bricks. I know they're base game bricks, so I don't know why I said I recently found them. Like, they're just regular bricks, but Sandra has recently found them and she's obsessed with them. She's been loving them. Anyways, I guess maybe we could do something interesting, at least in the kitchen. Maybe we could do some sort of vibes, like actual vibes. We could do some vibes, guys. I think we should do some like orangey vibes in the kitchen. I don't know how you feel about this, but there is just something about that kitchen. I just don't do enough rooms like that. I think something like this would probably be quite cool, and we can almost run a little bit of that orange here. But then why don't we use some of this wooden paneling on this wall? Okay, and maybe this wall as well. That's kind of cool. And maybe this wall. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I need another like neutral kind of enough color to match, or else we go for blue. Why don't we tone everything down with a bit of blue? So like the orange and blue. Oh my god, I don't know. Do I feel weird about this? Maybe I do. What about a clashing red? I need like a neutral tone. Oh, interesting. Although I could probably do this as the neutral tone. That's a bit too neutral. I don't even know what texture that is either. Okay, what about this kind of neutral tone? Like, that's very neutral. That's also very similar to the wood. I kind of do like the blue for some reason. Maybe I'll actually carry the blue this way, and we'll bring the blue upstairs maybe. I actually kind of think I like this. I don't know. There's just something weird about it, but I am desperately trying to do something that will have a bit of a different vibe today. So anyway, I'll do wooden for these 2 bedrooms. And then maybe for the bedrooms, we could actually use some of that Tamarang wallpapers. What if we do, okay, this is so dark, but I'm kind of thinking, what if we do like a reddish office? Okay, I need lights. And then for the bedroom, we could just do like neutral with a pop of like, okay, bright blue. No, that is actually hurting my eyes. Maybe a pop of green. But I'm almost thinking like a more neutral green. So maybe let's do a pop of this type of green. Wait, is that... Wait a second. Wait, those 2 are meant to be the same color. Excuse me? Why is this wall like black? What's happening? Is this going to be better now? Why is this wall like gray, like black? Do you see that? Is that just me? That wall is a different color. It's the same as like out here, but it's meant to be this color. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's perfect. Honestly, just absolutely perfect. Anyways, a lot of colors happening upstairs, which is interesting. So let's just work a little bit on the sitting room. That's a bed, Sandra. Okay. Sitting room. Let's go for cute vibes. Let's not overthink this too much. I almost really want to use this. I really love that couch. There's no like nice neutral tone. Plus it doesn't really suit the vibe. Like, why would you buy a couch like that? What if we do this? That's an idea. Why don't I do a little sitting room like that? I just remembered that we need a dining table and I do not have one actually currently. So that is just brilliant. Maybe if I move this over that way. I like my little cushion seating area. What if I just do a tiny little dining table here? Maybe something like this would work. We could actually maybe use this one. This one's pretty cute. Or does this one have a nicer color? Oh, okay. None of them have a nice color. Maybe I'll actually use this one. Just a small little, you know, seating area, because at the end of the day, as it's suggested, there's only one person technically living here, so like maybe this would actually work if we just have something like that. That's cute. Look, that's really pretty. I actually really like this. Maybe I'll change this to be lighter. It's definitely an interesting take on a sitting room. We need my tray maybe. Maybe the tray will pull this room together. Tray, there we go. I think it's an interesting room. It's definitely something different, but I like it. Now that I think about it, maybe this wall should just be white just to break it up a little bit, because I have this like really intense rug here. So maybe we're kind of okay with the way this is looking. So we've got a little dining table area. We've got a little kitchen. I really want more little trays that would have like little trinkets, like maybe some keys and stuff. Maybe there's also a kit like that has one, but I just don't have it. And I always kind of wish I had more like little trinkety bits. But I'm kind of enjoying this little like front entrance area. I think this is pretty cute. Maybe we could do another like cute little seating area here. I guess not really a desk or a study, but maybe just like a cute little cozy nook of some sort. Maybe we could have like this little chair like that, just like swinging. Maybe like a green one just to break it up a bit, or maybe just a neutral one. And then we'll just have some books maybe on a little stool. Oh, I think that's pretty cute. I know there's no banister, but I just can't bear the idea of a banister clipping through the wall. I'm going to do the bathroom in a minute, so maybe let's focus on the bedroom now. So maybe let's make a nice little green bedroom. What kind of green options do we got? Let's see. I actually really like this bed. I think this kind of green vibe really matches the wall quite nicely. And maybe we could use these, the same kind of bed. Oh, these are cool. No, actually, they're not cool. Maybe I could use these as bedside lockers as well. We've got the same ones downstairs, although do they really match? They don't really match. Wait, now, can we get a better match, please? What about these? I want like a wooden color that will match. That is, of course, the thing we struggle with the most. I actually think I'm going to make them work with this. I know they don't really match, but I'm just going to make them match at this point because I just need to do this. Okay, I'm going to do my favorite combo these days, which is putting down this golden little lamp next to... Actually, the lamp goes, I think, here by itself, and then we get like a little clock, and I like to go for like this gold one because I think there's just such a cool vibe about it. And then these should slot nicely next to each other. Maybe we could do... Oh no, there's a little sad face at the back of the clock. Did you see that? Oh, that's a sad face. It has to be a sad face. I mean, did they do that on purpose? Surely. Oh my god, that is so cute. But it's so sad. I mean, I don't blame you. I'm sad getting up in the morning as well, so that makes sense. Okay, so this is your bedroom. I kind of like the way this is turning out. It's quite chill vibed. Maybe I'll actually use this here as well. I think I use these in the cinema, but honestly, I feel like for the vibe of this house, these could actually work here as well. So yeah, that's your little bedroom. That's very cute. Okay, my windows are glitching. That's fantastic. Okay, let's do a nice little office space. I don't know why the thing is glitching. Oh, because I was doing platforms over there. Yes, so the wall is kind of glitching out a little bit. Let's just do a very, very standard desk. I might go for like this kind of reddish wood. In my eyes, that looks like a bit of a red wood. And I think I might go and match that up. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to match it up nicely with the pink wall, but I guess that's not really going to happen here. Unless I do like that kind of vibe. That is definitely some sort of a vibe. Whether that's a good vibe, I don't know, but it's something. And maybe if I pair it with some cool items that I like, that I love and know and care for, maybe this would work. Maybe like the pink could work with the pink. We've got those plants as well where you can make them pink, like these ones. I could go for something like that. Now we've got it. Then I'll bring in my curtain. I also think there's like a pinkish swatch. There is. I don't know why this room is pink, but it's always nice to try something else, even though 90% of my things, my builds are just not something else. And this is still more so like a vibe that I always do. So I don't know, guys. I'm still trying here, okay? Just know that I always try, but it's just not my fault when I try to get out of my comfort zone with objects to be different, but then I just still gravitate towards the exact same things because things are just not that nice sometimes. And I need to be comforted by my favorite objects, you know? This is kind of cute though. I kind of like the way that this is working out. Maybe we just need like a little bookcase. Maybe just like a singular one of those back here. There's like this muted pink as well. Wouldn't mind putting these on top of it as well. And maybe like a tiny little plant next to it. Maybe the same kind of pinky plant from that same family. But if I go for, wait now, there's so many different types. Yeah, this one. That's so cute. And then the same kind of light as well. Oh, I didn't paint that wall. Why haven't I painted this wall? That's weird. Okay, maybe just like a cute little painting as well. Maybe 2 paintings actually. Maybe something a little bit more contemporary feeling in this room. Like just because the whole rest of the house isn't feeling contemporary doesn't mean that this has to be the same all the time, you know. Where's that other contemporary painting? This one. I can never find this one. I'm probably good because I feel like I would overuse this if I kept finding it, but I can never find it. So it's probably best for everyone that I cannot find it. Oh, this is my favorite light. This is one of my absolute favorite lights. I use that all the time. I think I used that for my office building recently, didn't I? I actually really like this office. I mean, it's pink. It's absolutely nothing like I ever built. I like pink. Pink as a color is quite nice. Not on myself, not like clothes wise. Also not for building, but maybe I need to start diving into a little bit more of like that pinky shade. I think it looks pretty cool with the green next to it. I think it has a very different vibe to what I'm normally used to, because see, you may still look at this and be like, oh god, she's doing the exact same thing all the time. But to me, that feels different. So I hope you think that too, because I think it's pretty cute. I love putting a good rug slanted for some reason. I don't know why. There's just something about a slanted rug that just makes my day. Oh, what about this rug? I feel like this one would really fit the vibe. It doesn't really fit. It fits a vibe, but it doesn't really fit. But maybe I like it here. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Nice. And I put a little like book nook inside there, which I think that looks pretty cute. And I might put like just a singular little curtain here as well, just to suggest that we can close those curtains. I actually really like this upstairs area now. I was a little nervous about how to furnish it, but with that little nook bookcase, I think it looks really pretty. And like the little bit of orange is breaking up that blue, which I also think is quite nice. Then I guess what I will do is I'll just put like a nice little thing here. And is there room for maybe like a little funky end table? Maybe like one of these or something. Can I make it smaller? Well, I guess I can, but just because I can doesn't mean I should. I'd like to shove. Oh, wait, this would work. That's brilliant. Oh my god, that's gonna work. That's gonna work perfectly. So then I just need like a nice flowery type of plant on top of it. And by that, I don't know what I mean, so don't ask. What would I put on top of it? Maybe we don't need any more flowers. Maybe a little bit more decor pieces. Maybe like some lemons. I mean, I really like these lemons, but the fact that they're here makes no sense. Wait, maybe it does make sense. Maybe this is like a part of their like little outdoor bar area, because I'll make like a nice little outdoor seating area. So they have the lemons ready to be cut so that you can make yourself a little drinky poo and sit outside with it. I think that makes sense. That makes sense. I also really want this up there, but for some reason this doesn't like go on anything. So I'm going to put that there and maybe just a tiny little plant in the middle. Oh, this one. Oh, There we go. There we go. We've got it. That's actually so nice with the yellow with like the blue. Do you love it? I hope you do, because I really love it. I think it's so cool. I'm also like screaming out for a massive painting on this wall, like literally this one, but maybe more so like a neutral. Actually, maybe that one. Maybe that one brings a little bit of color and life into this room as well. I kind of like it. Maybe there's something about it. Maybe there isn't. Also, that's also something. I won't argue with it. If you guys are like, nah, I won't argue with it, but I'm gonna leave it for the moment. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, I like this. Okay, for the garden, well, this little thing here, this little patio, it's a balcony, Sandra, Jesus Christ, use your words. Anyways, I'm gonna put like, oh, that's cool, but that's a bit much. No, I'm gonna put like a nice little grill. What about this one? Does that look cool? Maybe that, no, that maybe looks a little dramatic. Maybe I'll just use a regular grill. Maybe that could go like right over here. And then we can have nice like little loungers. Maybe, actually, will we fit 2 loungers? Because I kind of still want a table of some sort. Like even if I use this table and just with 2 chairs, maybe the same chairs that we've used downstairs, they would work quite nicely here. So we could have that as a little fun seating area. And I could almost throw Bob on top of that as well, because why not have Bob? If you can have Bob, have him. Have him. Have him, I tell you. And then we could also go for maybe like one of these loungers, because I guess again this is meant to be a singular person's home, so I don't really want to branch out too much into doing too many different things and too many different options for people. So maybe I could just do that there, and I don't know, I guess that's kind of all I could do. Maybe we could have a tiny little table like this small one. Maybe that could go behind it, and we could also have my tray on top of that, just to suggest that, yeah, we have some drinks. Maybe we move that table around a little bit when we need to, and then we maybe just have like a little bit of one of these. Does that make sense? That's cute, isn't it? There's something about it that I like. That's actually, wait, now I was about to sell it to myself and it just wasn't going. It just wasn't happening. So I think I'm going to use this one instead. I think maybe this one scaled down probably just has a bit of a nicer feel. I think it just matches a little better. I'll just center it. I don't care at this point. Okay, that's pretty cute. Okay, the last thing I want to do is maybe just work a little bit downstairs here. Okay, downstairs. A bit of a mishmash, but I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning to do different things here and there. I don't really know what to put downstairs because I don't want to put like another what's it called, barbecue area. So maybe I'll just do like a little bike. We could maybe do some planter pots, actually. That's a cool idea. We could have some of those. We'll change them to some nicer colors. Oh, we could have like these planters. No, I guess that's a bit weird. I guess I could have just a few more planters. I like to scale one of them down sometimes. I don't think they're functional scale down. I actually have never tried. Oh my God, Sandra, you're such an idiot. You literally put it in front of the walkway, or in front of the gate. Anyways, as I was about to say, I've never tried using them scaled down, but maybe I should. I mean, I don't think they'll work scaled down, but I like to think that they look a little bit nicer. I wish we had variation of sizes, but anyways. So we've got that going on there for us. And I guess we just need a mailbox, I guess, for the front here. I'm going to use, is there a black one? There is a black one. I'm going to use this black one. And I might actually use another one of these lights here just to make it look a bit more coherent. And I kind of guess that's pretty much everything. The only last thing I could do is maybe add some outdoor lighting, because that is something I haven't actually added for neither of the lots, I don't think. So let's make it nighttime. Yeah, okay, so I like to use these ones. I think these ones give off a nice bit of light, and I just kind of put them around everywhere. I'll have 2 of them like that. I'll have some in the bushes as well, so you can kind of see what you're doing. I guess I'll do another one here and here just for the front entrance. And then maybe just another one there. And then for the cinema, I guess we could just chuck a couple of them in here, actually. Maybe in between those bushes. That probably would make sense. And then we could have another one like here and here. It just really depends on when you want to light up. Actually, I've done nothing back here, but I suppose the only thing you really need back here is maybe just some bins. I mean, like, what are you going to have back here besides like maybe a dumpster? Actually, yeah, we could have a dumpster and like a couple of like different bins, just because obviously like we need to have a few nice bins. Oh, maybe they feed some stray dogs. Oh, that's a cute idea. Maybe they do. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they have like some old planters here as well, just in case they ever wanted to plant. I think that's pretty cool, personally. So overall, I'd like to think that everything, okay, where is nighttime? Morning, sorry. I'd like to think that everything is now complete. I mean, I'm probably missing something so obvious, but I've been building for so long. Again, you will see this as a very short kind of video, you know, an hour tops. Why is everything today not centered? Do you see what I did there? Oh, also, what's happening underneath? Wait a second. It's the same thing. This is meant to be like that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, today, for some reason, nothing is centered. So this thing isn't centered in my eyes. And obviously, this isn't centered because we can't. But overall, guys, I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this turned out. I mean, it's so weird. Those two buildings technically shouldn't work together, but for some reason, I just like the way they look. I think it's like the total opposites when you put them together, especially with the red and the green being opposite colors. I think there's something so satisfying about looking at those two. So anyways, guys, I think the last thing we should do now is do a quick tour. Well, guys, welcome on in to my cinema slash Tomarang Southeast Asian inspired home right next to each other. The cinema was inspired by like old American cinema. I actually don't know. I've never even been to America. So I love the way I'm like, well, actually, I've never been to Southeast Asia. I've been to Japan. I've never been to like Thailand or Vietnam or anything. So both of these homes, I have no idea whether these are culturally correct. So please don't quote me on it. But I had a lot of fun diving into, I guess, two different types of styles, because I could have made this like a really nice contemporary cinema as well. Very like modern vibes. You know, what are we even watching? We're just watching ads at this point. But, you know, I've decided to take it a totally different vibe. So let's head on over to the cinema first and see what that looks like. As you enter the cinema, I didn't paint the ceilings because for some reason, I think when I play around with platforms, ceilings glitch out, and I'm not even going to bother fighting with them. I'm just going to let them glitch out, not going to bother. But just imagine like a darker ceiling here would be nicer. We've got like a really walked on carpet, which I really like the idea of that. We've got Bob Pancakes here. There should be a little light above him, so that's not good, but I will fix that in a minute. Then we've got a bathroom. So I did add a few cracks here and there in some of the rooms just to kind of make it feel like this is old. And also don't forget you're in the cinema, just to make sure that this feels a little old, like it's not like a brand new building. I didn't want this to be like, okay, we were just built yesterday, especially with the building next door. Obviously they weren't just built yesterday, so there's a couple of like little holes and stuff and molds that's not correctly positioned, but doesn't matter. We've got this weird painting, which I mean, it came from like that one of those maximalist kits, and it's kind of making me feel sick, but I feel like for the cinema, for some reason, there's something cool about it. I don't know. Am I getting hypnotized? Subscribe to my channel. Anyways, this is where your sim obviously would check in, but this looks like you're buying your ticket for the cinema, which I think is pretty cool. We don't have like a popcorn station, which obviously that's a little bit ridiculous that we don't, but I'd like to think that maybe this machine gives you popcorn. I don't know. You can just like chillax here as well. But anyways, when you've decided, you're like, oh, what's showing on this screen? Oh, this. Okay, perfect. So then you go through this really kind of scary hallway and you see screen number 1. So as you come into screen number 1, you are greeted with the cinema. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to do. There's fire extinguishers, there's lights just in case you want to turn them on. We've got bins, so please make sure you bin your stuff before you leave. We've got some like random things. This is the projector that projects the film onto the screen, of course, because that is just how we do. And again, as I said, these chairs will not be functional except for the last 4, but it looks better when they're squished together because it is more realistic, you know, when you're stepping on people's bags and toes and it's so awkward and you never want to go to the toilet when you're in the cinema anyways. So that's your cinema screen. I know there's a little bit of grass poking through, but there's also some cracks on the wall. It's old, it's realistic, and I kind of like it. So anyways, as you leave then, you can go out the back here, which I guess this could be like a smoking area if you want. But again, that's where the bins are, and they feed little stray cats and dogs. Anyways, so then when you're like, oh, but I'm fancying something a little bit more jazzy and fancy. So you come up the stairs to this fancy area, which I actually really love the way this turned out, and I wish I painted the ceiling now, but look, anyways, there's loads of like film posters, maybe from like some classics that they've shown here in the past, and we've got this like cool kind of area. I love the way this turned out. Obviously, like all the gold is mismatching and things like that, but maybe it just reminds me of the cinema being open for years. Some antiques are actually a part of this collection, and I love those black roses. Honestly, I love black roses. Anyways, so we've got that, we've got, you know, some holes in the walls, and we've got some staple classics, you know, ladies, some hospital vibes, and this lady, I don't know. Anyway, so we've got some fancy bits because as you're coming through here, we've got a door that's glitched, whatever, just ignore that. I actually like the way that door looks, but that is a glitched door. So we've got more bins and things, but as you come through this section, this is like the fancy section. You actually have got a toilet here as well, which is kind of nice for all the fancy people. You've got tragic clown because everything is tragic. And then you come over to here where this little plaque says, this is the fancy room where we have like balls and fancy events and things. So that's when you read and you go to screen number 2 where you are greeted with like a little fun hangout spot. So this is where I'd like to think that they still show films here. Maybe they show more like short films, more like feature films, or like maybe some creative films done by the local youth club. I don't know. So they show kind of fun things in here as well. I actually, fun fact, in school, I made a film with obviously a group, but I won an award for it and it was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it, obviously because I went to college to do art, so I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I won an award for it and it actually was shown in a cinema and I thought that was a really cool achievement. But I guess I can't put that on my CV, but I'm telling you now, so make a note. Anyways, so over here we've got obviously the ability for a band to play, which I think is pretty cute. And I've used some objects that I never really use, like that lamp, because I feel like you just whack your head on that. And you know, like some weird plants and like these jazzy posters. So I honestly feel like this area turned out pretty cute. Maybe you could use this for like first dates or something, or like, I don't know. I actually really like this and I just wish the ceiling was dark. Maybe I'll be able to fix it. Maybe you guys will be able to fix it. I don't know. There's more cracks on the walls and things like that because this is an old building, but this is probably my favorite room. So yeah, guys, then let me just switch over, it's easier. So then we head on over to the residential part of this build where we've got a Southeast Asian inspired home that's done by a designer that had no clue what they were doing because it's their first project, and here we are, green, white and black. Sorry, why did I forget the colors? I kind of do like the vibe, but I feel like it's just, I feel like I should have chosen one window, not 4, you know, that kind of way. So I just went a little bit extreme, but I kind of like the way it turned out. Anyways, as you head on over, I do get kind of homely vibes from this house and I do think it looks pretty cute. So we've got like a cool little nook over here, very dangerous stairs, but we don't like banisters in The Sims. And then we've got this area, which I actually am really proud of this area. I just realized I never have done a bathroom downstairs, but that's fine. I'll just do the bathroom before I end this video because there's no point. Anyways, then we've got a sitting room, which again is kind of a little bit of a mismatch, but I kind of like to think that we've got some Southeast Asian style rug. I wanted to portray that vibe just to make it a little bit different and use some other objects. I actually forget how much I really love these chairs. There's something about the shape of them that I do really like. So we've got that, and then we've got a pretty interesting kitchen. So again, just slightly different than what I normally build, and I think that our orange color is like calming and soothing my brain. I know orange is not really meant to be like a calming color, but there's something about that orange color. It's like calming and soothing my brain, which is really nice. Anyways, then you head on over upstairs to this little fun little hangout area, which I really like how this turned out as well, as I've just mentioned a while ago. We've got a cool little book nook, and we've got this very snazzy painting, and then you head on over to the green bedroom, which again, such a nice calming vibed room. I like it. It's really pretty. It's not as cluttered as maybe I should have made it, considering this house has been built for years, but maybe it's recently renovated and it just looks a little cleaner and a little bit nicer. So this is your like view out the window. Wait, there is actually, oh my god, I forgot. There is actually a balcony, but you have no access to the balcony. Maybe, actually, wait now. Can I just put a door here instead? I put this here like that. I could put a small little door, like literally just like you. And I could put you here. And actually, there we go. Now you've got access to this portion, which I think is pretty cute. And maybe you could just put down like a cute little chair or something. And I don't know what else you'd want here. Maybe just another one of these little end tables, but maybe, oh my god, where am I gone? Okay, here I am. But maybe here is where you read your book. So if I take some books, I could maybe just like get like a nice little stack of books here, which I think would be pretty cute. So look, anyways, you've got yourself a balcony, which I totally forgot about. I guess this still does make sense. Maybe if the plant just goes on this side. Yeah, I guess that does still make sense. Anyways, then we've got this beautiful corner, which I'm actually obsessed with this whole image. I love these objects. And it's so funny how like these are the objects I don't use, but they just bring me so much joy every time I see them. I think it's those lemons. There's something about those lemons. They're very like contemporary. I don't know. Contemporary lemons apparently. And then we've got this beautiful office, which I'm actually obsessed with this office. It's so weird because if this was my office, I'd probably change it. But the fact that it's in The Sims like this, I actually really love it. Like I think there's just something so cozy and cute about it, and something so delicate and something so like inspiring that I feel like if I sat down here to edit my videos, I'd have them done in like 2 hours. Actually, no, sorry, 2 minutes is what I was about to say. Anyways, and then we've got this cute little thing here, which I really love doing that. I think you've seen that in a previous video of mine too. But anyways, the last little section is this balcony, which again, I love. Very cute, very serene vibes. You see the cinema from over here as well. You can sit down, cook yourself something nice and look out the window. And then, yeah guys, so down here as well, there's nothing really here except for like a bike and some planter pots, but you've got a nice bit of like space, oh my god, space to walk around, which I think is pretty cute because for a little townhouse like that, you do have a lot of space. So if you are thinking of downloading this, I will upload this to the gallery. You've got some room maybe to expand as well, which is I think a cool idea as well. Or else if I was really stubborn, if I moved everything over by one tile, I could actually add a third area here as well, like a third building. So that could be an idea. Let me know what you think of that idea. But looking at it now from far away, I'm like, oh my god, like I don't even know what world this would belong in. I guess maybe Tomarang, if you really wanted to, maybe Tomarang would accept this build as a build. But anyways, that's it guys. So just to remind everyone, this was a randomized business challenge where I randomized, I got a cinema, randomized how many Sims, and it was just one, which is lucky for me I guess, because I did build this for ages. But let me know what you think of this idea. I'd like to try it again. Maybe this time we could randomize a lot more things, but I love the idea of building a house with a business next to it. I think it just makes it more exciting. You get to build a business, which I'm really still enjoying the businesses and hobbies pack, so hopefully you are still too. But if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check out some previous videos which I've linked for you down below. Let me know any suggestions or any feedback you may have. And yeah guys, I shall see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.